Hi guys, you're rocking with Mikey on the mic, and today we're going to be talking about abuse and how fucked up it is that we all have to deal with it. Where do I start? Okay, so frankly, just so you're all aware, I have been meaning past tense, have been a victim of narcissistic abuse, and I've also am currently a victim of alcoholic abuse. What that means is I have somebody in my family who treated me very poorly when I was younger, which is the narcissistic part of it all. But currently I have my other half or significant other who's an alcoholic to the extreme, and she's abusive only because when she drinks, she becomes Jekyll and Hyde. What that means is, since she doesn't love herself enough to stop drinking and get her life straight, she'd rather drink her ass off. And as bad as it is to watch, it's a pain in the ass for me because, you know, when you love somebody, okay, you do everything you can to take care of this person, to guide this person, and to just basically show unconditional love. Now, when it's not reciprocated in the way that you need it to be, it is abuse. So I've dealt with everything from narcissistic verbal and mental abuse, which, you know, it's kind of all integrated into the same thing. And then with my current significant other, and by the way, she's basically on her way out the door because I gave her the boot. I said, you know what, look, I said, I love you to death, but if you're not going to get help for your alcoholism, your ass is grass and you're out the fucking door. I will not tolerate abuse, even though I did tolerate it more than I should have. That doesn't mean I'm weak. I knew exactly what I was getting myself into, but now that we're at this junction, I'm just like, you know what, your ass is out. Now, keep in mind, she moved back in 6 months ago from me kicking her out the first time. Why did I give her a second chance? Like I said, I happen to love the girl, and I was hoping maybe she would come to her senses and, you know, learn from her mistakes. That didn't happen. So this time around, I gave her the boot. And for any of you folks out there who are either going through this or who have been through this, it is a very ugly trend of abuse, okay? I know exactly where you're coming from. You know, I know exactly what you went through, what you're going through. It is horrible, okay? But keep in mind, I am still, I mean, grant you, I am judging her slightly because, you know what I mean, she's a POS, but not because I want to make her a POS. It's just what she's showing me. So as far as I'm concerned, anybody like her is a POS. But now, what I mean by not judging her is there's always room for her to improve her life, okay? I believe in second chances, and I've even given her second, third, fourth, fifth, all the way up to 100 chances. Like, now, call me stupid for that, that's fine. But like I said, when you love somebody, you just want the best for them, okay? So I'm empathetic in that state of fashion, all right? The sad part is she may love me, but she doesn't love herself. And that's the real burn right there. Because, you know, you would think to yourself like, well, how could you treat me like this? Well, she doesn't love herself enough. That's what it is. If I really had to tell you the down-to-earth nitty-gritty of the situation, my lady does not love herself enough to even try to better herself. She has no game plan. Like for example, do you guys know how if you've ever like had a substance problem, or you're like, damn bro, I've been drinking a lot lately, I need to slow down. Okay, when you say that to yourself, like, bro, I need to slow down, that is you consciously going, I understand I have a problem and I need to slow down. She has no inclination and has never thought to herself, I need to slow down. That's what it is. And it's really sad when somebody you know doesn't have that same respect for herself or themselves to say, hey, I need to slow down and fucking, pump the brakes, right? Excuse me. I had a little acid ingestion. She doesn't know when to pump the brakes. So in all fairness, like I said, dude, I'm not, as much as I am judging her because she made me mad, I'm not holding it against her. Does that make sense? Like, yes, I think because of her alcoholism, she's a POS, not in a mean way, but just in that like tough love way. And she needs to learn like to take care of herself, dude. I have tried every which way, from the nice guy, like, sweetheart, I'll fucking help you through this. I really love you. You need to start taking care of yourself, the whole nine. And every single time, ladies and gentlemen, you're just picking on me. You don't love me. You're a fucking asshole, or whatever she says. I mean, dude, she's called me every name in the book. Simply because I'm actually taking the time to say I love you, and I'm worried for you. Okay? Now, as far as like any other abuse, okay, narcissistic or whatnot, I have a parent of mine who's the narcissistic, textbook narcissist, and my oldest sister. I'm the youngest out of 3. I have 2 older sisters. I'm the only boy. My oldest sister and my father are textbook narcissistic people. Now, I'm not trying to put them on blast online here, but I'm just being completely honest when I say I'm not currently, well, except for my current girlfriend, but even then, like, I know what I got myself into. I try not to hold myself as the victim, because that doesn't do anybody any good, but I'm currently a victim of my girlfriend's abuse, okay? Because she's still with me, but she's on her way out. But as far as being a victim of my father and my oldest sister's abuse, I no longer speak to them, which is unfortunate, not for me, but for them, because they act like, their attitudes are like, well, even though I hurt you, you should still want to talk to me because I'm just the best since sliced bread. When in reality, anybody else would have told them to go fuck themselves, which is what I will do if I ever talk to them again. I happened to give my dad closure before I stopped talking to him. And it's just like, it's not like, what I'm getting at is, anybody who's watching this who understands what I'm trying to say, do not ever waste your time with somebody who has abused you in your life. Because number one, you will not grow beyond where you're at with this person, because, dude, somehow, some way, they love to suck the energy out of you, because that's what they do. They feed off of your energy. If you're a nice, caring person like I am, they will literally go, oh, what else can I get from this person? Like in the narcissistic world, they call it fuel. And narcissistic people will take positive feedback, or they will take negative. They don't, basically in English, they don't care whether you're cursing them out at the top of your lungs, which is negative energy, or whether you're just buttering them up like you're the best thing since sliced bread. They'll take either one. And if they can't get positive out of you, then they'll piss you off till you just start yelling at them. And even that will suffice, meaning like that's good enough for them too. They don't give a shit about your feelings. They don't care how you feel. They don't give a fuck to the extent of the damage they put you through. They just want to see you fucked. And that is a very, very selfish and unconsciously thing that they do. See, excuse me, I burped again. Anybody who's narcissistic, okay, that you may or may not be dealing with, these people think they are omnipotent, meaning like they're on Thanos, I got all the Infinity Stones level. Like I'm just the shit because I can do anything I want with the snap of my fingers. The thing that they don't realize is that they're actually the opposite. They are not omnipotent. They are not the best thing since sliced bread. As a matter of fact, when they act like this, they show weakness, okay? So for people like you and me who are actually compassionate people, to just brush it off, we're the stronger people, okay? Now, I knew what I was getting into with my current slash soon to be ex-girlfriend. She came from a very battered family, okay? And even though I didn't specifically say, oh, I'm choosing a narcissistic or battered person, when we go through trauma as children, we tend to pick subconsciously, meaning like we're not going, oh, I want somebody with damaged traits, because that's conscious. You're like, oh, I want somebody with damaged traits. That's not what we do. We're just like, oh, I met this girl and she seems to be really nice. But subconsciously, even when we find out that they're like that, we're okay with that. Now, what happens is, subconsciously, even when you find out that they're disordered in whatever way that may be, whether they be narcissistic or just flat out crazy, like I'm not even gonna lie right now, ladies and gentlemen, like I love fucking crazy women in the sack. Like if you give me a disordered chick, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna fuck you every which way from Sunday, left, right, up, down, and center. Oh, they're fun. Oh yeah, they are. They're fun in bed, you know. But that's not why we pick them. I mean, that's part of the reason if you're a guy. But what I'm saying is, you know, damaged women tend to be funner in bed, and men like that regardless of whatever their preference is. But it's really sad when you let them into your life and, you know, they just walk all over you. Now, I'm not a doormat by any means. I've been a doormat before, but this whole entire time through my current relationship, I was not a doormat, bro. Like, I always stood up for myself. I always told her, hey, you know, like, you know, daddy's telling you what time it is type thing, and you're gonna fucking cooperate or you're gonna get the fuck out. Like, now that's not me being controlling because I'm controlling her. That is me simply saying, hey, I'm not dealing with your bullshit, and if you have a problem with that, you can get the fuck out. That's what you need to do when you deal with disordered people. It's not about controlling them. It's about telling them, listen, I'm not going to tolerate your bullshit, your up and down little kid antics, you know, like I've been dealing with. And even though I, in all honesty, have dealt with it to a certain degree, you know, I love the girl and I gave her chance after chance after chance. But her boozing, her drinking has got, dude, she has fucked it up every single time. And it gets annoying. It's like, dude, do you not have a game plan for your life where you plan on getting your shit together and you're gonna stop drinking? I mean, dude, like I've said in previous videos, I am 40 years old. I have game plans, you know, like I don't do drugs anymore. Like, yeah, growing up I did LSD and all that fun shit. Like, I've been around the block. But like now I don't do hard drugs or none of that shit. Like it's very rare if I if a weekend comes along and I'm like, hey bro, let's party, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't do that shit anymore. I do drink every day when I get home, but it's not like a 6-pack or 12-pack. I just have a couple of beers every day when I get home, or instead of a few beers, maybe a couple shots, just to get that head change. But like, I don't do hard drugs and shit, dude. Like, I haven't been like that in a long time. But what's sad is she gets fucking blitzed on alcohol every fucking night. Every night she gets blitzed, dude. And she also smokes pot. Now, grant you, I don't have a problem with either one of these things, but she takes it to a whole nother level, to where she's not only like plastered, but she's like just blitzed. And it's like, dude, why am I even with this person, bro? And honestly, the same answer I get every time is because I love her. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, dude, I've tried to love this woman. I've tried to tell her, sweetheart, you know, you're very hurtful when you're going off the deep end and you've had a few cocktails or whatever it is. And I'm like, it's not nice. And you tell her that, and she hears you, but she just doesn't give a fuck. And it's not because she doesn't, you know, she tells me all the time, like, you know, Mikey, or, you know, I love you, like, very much. And I'm like, well, even though you say that, you don't show it all the time with grace. You know, you say you love me, but then, like, you still hurt me because you don't love yourself. So for anybody out there who, excuse me, I'm going in the, hang on a sec, just bear with me real quick. So for anybody who says that and they're not paying attention to what they're doing, it's like, she needs to give herself a reality check and figure out what she's going to do in life. Because I'm telling you right now, she'll be 40 in August, and she still acts like a fucking child. And I'm the only one with a good head on my shoulders out of the two of us who's like, bitch, you need to quit drinking, you know. But it's not because I wish the worst for her. It's because, like, I want her to do well. And I've told her that, dude, but she doesn't listen. She just, you know, she just goes about her day like, oh, I want to smoke weed and drink all the time. But dude, it's more of a pain in the ass than you think it is. Like, she's like failing so bad, dude. But my point is, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have somebody in your life that you love that is abusing you, you either need to cut them off permanently, and I mean fucking permanently, because you need to save this up here, which is your brain. Every time this person abuses you, you know, you have your ups and downs. Fuck you. Oh, you're great. Oh, fuck you. Oh, you're great. That shrinks and swells your amygdala in the center of your brain. And that causes brain damage. So start learning about whatever. Just start learning about abuse. Get interested in psychology and look at narcissistic abuse, verbal and mental abuse, and physical. We all know that that's just physical. Like, if you're dealing with anybody physical, you got a problem.